We started off this morning. We came to Quintas de Malavedos.
The day was intense. We had 2 masterclass, very interesting about vintage.
From different producer and different quintas.
Got to know the different styles of the quintas, or also the differences of different kind of decades.
We also had a masterclass on cocktails, which was pretty exciting because you don't really expect to get such good quality cocktails with wine.
We have a really nice and enjoyable game with the blind tasting and some music.
It was an art competition between all of us.
For me, it's a very surprise because it's a nice area.
I'm extremely amazed of this opportunity to visit Douro, to taste these amazing wines.
And we always study how difficult it's to grow the grapes, but now we actually can experience it and see it.
It's all about the wine, so it's my passion. I think it's all about that.
Standing here in the Quinto de Vesuvio, one of the beautiful estates where I've been.
We have been on the train.
So far it's been amazing, getting to know more and more in-depth information about fortification.
Very incredible, nice view, nice wine.
We came here for a Douro dock tasting, so we had some red wines, also some experimental cuvées.
A very knowledgeable class that they gave us.
This afternoon was amazing. We had a chance to try single varietals that go in the blends, and understanding each single varietal on its own was an eye-opener.
We have the opportunity to taste varieties like Tinto Cão, Malvasia Preta. It's an amazing experience.
Incredible, I think very rare insight into the puzzle pieces that go into making the blend.
To visit beautiful vineyards in the 550 meters above the sea, to open this beautiful valley view.
I'm looking forward also to go to the marriage room. That's like the secret blending part at the end where the ports are born.
Quinta de Vesuvio feels like such a kind of historic place. Very clear that something very important goes on there on a regular basis and has done for over 100 years.
I've always wanted to learn more about port, and I was really excited to get to spend a couple days being immersed in the region, learning it in detail in a way that I haven't been able to before.
I'm looking forward to getting into the Douro. I don't know if it's allowed, but I'm going to make it happen before I leave.
This morning we just took a look at the Graham's port wine, where they make everything.
Made our way down the steep slope, got to see the winery, but I think we could tell that we were moving towards the river, and very happily there was a boat trip towards Bonfim on the cards. And so we got on the boat, we had some sparkling rosé from the Douro.
We've just been hearing about all of the many different ways that Symington family is researching to combat climate change and its impact in the Douro.
Then we had amazing lunch like we have had every day now.
The other one was 8 Tawny tasting, so 10, 20, 30 and 40 years old.
Tawny port is something that I really enjoy.
I think it's an amazing experience. It's really unbelievable to come here and visit the Douro Valley, to take a look at the hills and have the privilege to meet all the locals and hear their experiences and how it is to work here.
Yeah, this is also a lot of fun. We had a nice, relaxing, more fun time at the pool.
It's been very hot so far in the Douro, and everyone has been looking kind of enviously at the water. I still haven't made it into the river yet, but happily we were able to come up here for a couple of white port and tonics and chill out by the pool for a little while after a long day of tasting.
Today we visited great Graham's Lodge, where we had an opportunity to see the beautiful pipes and balseiros,
where they age the tonies, and of course the cellar, where we can find some greatest vintages from the Graham sport.
Which was quite historical and good if you're in wine business. It's a lot of to watch, a lot of to see, a lot of to drink as well at lunch.
We had an amazing lunch too, sharing with all the people here.
First of all, that the Symington Estates brought in the B Corp framework, which I was familiar with from other industries, so it was very curious and interesting to know that they applied this also to the wine trade.
This region has been making wines for ages. The history is like so deep and so knowledgeable.
I learned a lot. I learned about pairing, making, the importance of aging porter too.
The British House was the experience of my life, in all honesty. That's because it's something that I've never seen I will never see ever in my career again. Learning and hanging out with winemakers, hanging out with the Symington family, understanding the philosophy, the history, what has happened back then, and what's happening now, and what's the future. I mean, this is an absolute paradise for Somm.